depending on your mood, with Spotify Premium.
Evening, guys. Welcome back to Project Zira. This is, I guess, Jurovsky here. I've changed the moniker a little bit, but, yeah, I haven't made a video podcast in a while, so I had to remind myself, by the way, because of myself not having made a podcast episode in so long, that the camera's here, the light's here. It's been at least 3 months since I made the previous one. So in this very short, again, 3 to 5 minute episode, I just want to cover I'm going to run through some recent events that have been sort of, you could say, very important new developments. So, for example, let's just get right into it. Maybe like 5 big things. One is, as of the past week, and this is all about, getting my foot back into some sense of normalcy after recovering from a crisis situation where I was escaping and fleeing a large community, or not a large community, a neighborhood, I guess, a smaller neighborhood. But even as a whole, society has changed, and I found that, people have become, in recent years, very bitter and resentful, and really they take a real liking and a real amusement. They find amusement in stepping on other people to put themselves up, and it's a different kind of political oversensitivity. I find, basically, it's a different kind of insecurity from the past decade. It's like the same kind of insecurity has re-emerged from the 90s, before everything was a popularity contest, and there would be people who were oversensitive about their own appearance and status, and would therefore lash out externally on other people, on petty little things. And then in the past, like 20 years fast forward into the 2010s instead of the 90s, we had the opposite extreme, where people were really oversensitive about things like race and sex and, all that kind of stuff, and became really oversensitive to the point that on the opposite end, they started to feel like victims all the time. And so it's kind of funny how things have gone full circle, and we haven't learned any of the lessons. They just re-emerged all over again. And I guess you could say, because I've been in this crisis situation, unfortunately, as I've been outside in society, after working a job that kept me inside, like a warehouse situation, I wasn't aware how bad pandemic and other factors like politics and war and just generations reaching the age of, family-oriented parenting, the stresses that come with that, many going through divorce, and many also adopting, social media and technology, short attention spans, hyper-aggressive, hypersensitive, so many factors. I just listed like 10 factors, big factors that led to, I guess, what feels like mass hysteria as of 2022, and it's still kind of lingering here. And so that's kind of the crisis that I've been embodied in, as I've been partly homeless. I'm going to say, genuinely, I've been at a shelter. I've been homeless, and that's not necessarily true anymore. I have a place now. That's where I'm recording from, as of the past dozen or so episodes that will be uploaded. And also say that I have a new job. I've worked many jobs in the past decade and a half, less than that, past dozen years, so past 12, 13 years, I've worked many jobs for many different organizations, serving many different clients, patients, customers. I've done volunteering, internships, and met a lot of great people. a lot of good people, a lot of not so great people, obviously. And it's been really rewarding, but also very damaging in some ways. So, but that's just how life goes, and you keep on swinging with the punches. And I guess this was a new challenge, a major challenge, sweeping across multiple domains. So I had to get a different job, enter a different organization. I now work for a different niche. I won't say where. I used to be in healthcare. Now I'm in more something along the lines of food manufacturing or more like customer retail service. I have a new place it's like a metropolitan city, and I used to be further up like northeast, and now I'm further down to the core south, back to my roots where I used to kind of grow up, maybe a little bit more to the west than where I used to grow up when I was in the 90s. So different location, new residence, new job, new career, different changes to the volunteering that I used to do. Most of them have stopped now, but I still volunteer occasionally. And, a lot of new goals, a lot of new organizations and services, particularly services relating to, I have a lot more experience with the legal system, with policing and enforcement, with social services and governance. So I just listed like 4 domains at least that I did not have that much experience entering just 2-3 years ago. So now I'm more familiar with a lot of stuff about law and family and court law and stuff like that, and criminal law. I'm familiar a lot more with policing and security and maintenance and stuff like that. I'm familiar more with from that organization focused on men's support groups and stuff like that. And I'm definitely more well-rounded in terms of not only what a healthy relationship constitutes, but what a dysfunctional, very taxing, I don't want to use the word, it's a buzzword now, but sure, abusive relationship, what that's like, or rather many abusive like community, even a neighborhood that you might have to go no contact with, what that's like. So there's a lot of stuff like that, and I have a new place. I've been dabbling in social services now as well, in a different light, and I have been trying to restart this project, as well as this is not a 5-minute recording after all episode, as well as my side business in nutritional cellular sciences. So definitely a big change, and I think that's where I'm going to leave off this, because this is definitely longer than I anticipated. It's looking at 6 minutes now, and I'm going to now start the next recording for something really important, because that one is something that I urgently have to cover in video before I can get it done. Or at least it's not like I have to, but I think it's important, because I'm going to be reshaping the room, and in the next episode, I don't know when that's going to be uploaded, but I'll show you my new place as I swivel the camera around a little bit better. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. So this is Jurovsky. I'm signing out. So see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. I don't know what I'm doing there. Yeah, see you in the next one.